EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Tonight we begin the final stretch. Week 16 starts here as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. At the 33-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. From the 45 on 2nd down. Hurts looking deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Danny Gray with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready? Bronco 80.
Now Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
To the air goes Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
First carry for Rashad White.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, go!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
Mustang 19.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. That'll be completed to Okonkwo.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Bronco ladies, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Here we go, set. Viking, ready.
Now back to the ground game with White.
And he brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and he's taking care of that early.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Daniels looking to throw.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
To throw is Daniels. Got his man, Okonkwo.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16.
It's 4th down. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And he is caught. Brown with his stick skills.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Here's Daniels.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Good save.
Taking it in.
And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because They just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A toss to Judkins, running right. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And Hurts going to move him around. Hurts with a quick throw, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 35-yard line.
Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Danny Gray.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7.
Commanders 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Tap to 60, tap to 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Throwing now is Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now they'll audible to something else. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
63.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
16-yard line.
Great, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
A give up the middle, Judkins. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
From the gun, it's Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 33-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Hawk 70. Go!
Looking to throw. Daniels. He'll get this complete to Senate, the tight end. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Hold the set.
10 at the 14-yard line.
Warriors 70. 60. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. They'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Let's go.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Panther 60. Panther 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll swing this out to Jenkins.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be a third and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Cougar 19.
And they go play action. Daniels.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this pass caught by Gray.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Silver, right? 63. Hey, Silver.
They'll set up a throw. He's going deep for Brown. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Elliott good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Commanders 14.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest in first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
That's caught by Sennett. Into space at the 45. Look at the big fella go. He may go.
Touchdown, Washington.
Ben Sennett.
His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year.
And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I'm like, oh, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
K'Lavon Chaisson, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Throwing on second and long. Hurts. Can Lavon chase on? Able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's third down.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. Third and long. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Grant Calcaterra, 35 yards. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A nice little juke. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Parker. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Come on. Set. Hawk 7. Trap 50. Trap 60. Go.
Now Daniels. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
19 tights.
To the air goes Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. It's taken to the 26. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple.
No touch.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Let's go. Trimmer.
They go play action with Hurts. Towards the end zone for Brown. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Judkins.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quinshon Judkins with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that is incomplete. Pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They're going to try and throw.
Quick slant to Brown.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now, just the Eagles, just the Eagles.
That's good for
Come back, team, come back.
First down.
To throw is Daniels.
And this will be caught once again by Brown. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Washington first down.
60 average, 60. Let's go now.
At the 31-yard line.
18, Pioneer.
Here's Daniels.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Mustang 19. Go.
Daniels looking to throw.
Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. He did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Hurts. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now Hurts looking to change the play.
Hey, Silver. Go Silver. Hey.
Looking to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Jalen Hurts. A gain on the play. And the Washington first down.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball off. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his second touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground with Judkins. And taken down just shy of the 40. There on the stop with Leo Chanel.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now they'll change things up.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Washington will line up with a 2-point
70
conversion.
Timberwolves. 19 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it.
And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick six, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Pass to Brown, he's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. Trimmer. Hey!
Back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. In motion left comes Brown.
An inside run with Jenkins.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
63.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll swing this out to Jenkins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Quinshon Judkins.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Commanders 36.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Ready,
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Lions.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. It is intercepted at the goal line.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Eagles, 1st down. Gain of 14. 1st down, Eagles.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Marquise Brown.
66 yards.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
36. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go, here we go.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for a Commanders 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here we go, start.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go. Trap Cougar 19. 65 catch, 65. Ready.
Daniel's going to throw for it.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Go Silver, ready? No touch that.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trey Amos. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Let's go now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team.
He's into space past the 25.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
De'Ami Brown, 54 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
60. Commanders 43. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go. Start.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
As as they continue to move.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit.
And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found the seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.